Hi guys, this is Tabiasobi, and today I'll show you one way to easily beat either Silver Rathalos or Gold Rathian, or Rathian, depending on how you like to pronounce that. So Silver Rathalos and Gold Rathian have been regularly appearing in Monster Hunter games since Monster Hunter G on the PlayStation 2, I believe. Both are usually challenging thanks to powered up moves like souped up fire breath and tough skin that makes melee weapons bounce like a little kid in a bounce house. Whee! I'm getting flashbacks of multiple generations of Monster Hunter games already. Now, there are many ways to skin a cat, and the Silver and Gold Raths are no different. This just happens to be the easy method that I prefer. Granted, facing them straight up can certainly be a fun challenge, but sometimes it's just nice to fight them without having to think so much. Now, this method is mostly designed for quests in the Elder's Recess, which pretty much allows you to zone both monsters inside Nergigante's lair. So whether it be event quests or I think even investigations, for some reason, when they show up at Elder's Recess, they just like to camp inside that lair, which you can use to your advantage. Add the ability to travel to the nearby Northwest camp when needed, and it can get really extra cheesy, like a cheese quesadilla dipped in fondue. Actually, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. By the way, I'm posting this right in time for the debut of 2 event quests. The Moon is a Harsh Queen and A Glance of Silver, so hopefully it can help some of you out. For my armor, I use 3 Zorah pieces so I can equip Max Artillery 5, the Archian Vambraces so it's easier to get ammo up, and then the Uragan leg so I can get more easily to guard level 3. Yeah, I'm going to put a shield on this sucker. I also equip the Razor Sharp Charm that you get from doing the special requests from your house cat, so I have a chance of triggering Spare Shot for free ammo. It's really super helpful because there are times when I'd get an extra sleep or even an extra paralysis, mainly because of the Spare Shot triggering. It's also great when you get free cluster shots and sticky shots as a result of the skill triggering. You can fine tune it based on your preferences or what gems you have, but the important thing is to have Artillery 5, Ammo up 3, and Spare Shot. For my cat, I equipped the Shield Spire gadget so I could use the Shield Spire Stooge. It might also be a good idea to equip your cat with either a paralysis or sleep weapon, which I admittedly forgot to do in the hunts that I recorded for this video. So the idea here is to use one of my favorite gunning playstyles throughout the series, which is status cycling combined with bombs and explosive ammo. It's the reason why the Magda Gemitus was my favorite heavy bowgun back in World, instead of the Glutton, because I've always enjoyed being able to do multiple things with my bowguns. It's just a bit more intellectually stimulating. Nothing against the Glutton style spread shot playstyle, which can also be enjoyable in its own right. Yeah, so in World I primarily used the cycling playstyle against Kulve Tarot's final phase, which makes that a lot more enjoyable. And less stressful, if I might add. Yeah, so anyway, one example of ammo cycling with the Gemitus is to open up with, say, a Wyvern Snipe, and then switch to Poison 2, then use Sleep 2 to make the monster go nighty-night, and then lay 2 Mega Barrel Bombs, trigger those with Wyvern ammo, switch to Paralysis 2, and then use Sticky 3 on the head while it's unable to move, and then switch to Cluster 3 once the monster gets KO'd. After that, you either repeat the full cycle after mixing ammo, or do parts of it depending on the situation. Yeah, it sounds like a lot, but once you get used to it, it's pretty fun. And it really can lock down the monster if you do it right. By the way, against the Silver and Gold Raths, I just skipped the use of Poison 2, since it's not as effective against them. Anyway, as if this wasn't cheesy enough, you can make the hunt even more extra cheesy by using the Shield Spire Stooge in order to distract and tank the monster. This makes it easier for you to shoot the monster, including landing sticky shots in the head. And then you can go super extra cheesy by using the narrow corridor leading to the lair, and then using that to either zone or reset the monster, so you can prep in peace and mix ammo, switch ammo, ready your Wyvern Snipe, or just get a breather. And then if that wasn't cheesy enough, you can fast travel back to the Northwest camp to not just restock on ammo and items, but also switch out your used up tools, such as mantles or boosters, for 2 new ones that aren't on cooldown. It's like a 4-cheese pizza with mozzarella, Parmesan, Pecorino, and Fontina. Hey, I could use one of those right now. That sounds good. Anyway, one of the nice things about this method is that you're using a bowgun, which means you don't have to worry about your weapons bouncing off. It also negates the annoyance from Silver Rathalos' penchant of flying around, since you can still easily hit him even when he's airborne. Another is that since you're usually hitting the head, you can cancel both monsters' Hellfire mode easily. One caveat is that if you want to cut the tail to get those lashes, then you're gonna have to like sort of do a few extra steps. Also, you need to be careful when fighting the monster inside that narrow tunnel. I mean, on the plus side, it kind of restricts the monster's movement, so it makes it a bit more predictable, but at the same time it restricts your movement too, so it's easy for you to get hit by some of the really powerful, wide-ranging attacks. Also, make sure you're out of the tunnel when you're using the cluster ammo, or else they'll just end up hitting the ceiling instead of the monster. Anyway, here are a few more highlights just to give you an idea of the ways you can fight with this build. Anyway, there you have it. My method for cheesing Silver Rathalos and Gold Rathian with the Magda Gemitus Vulcan Heavy Bogan. So what's your favorite method when fighting these two monsters? As always, please feel free to leave any thoughts or questions that you may have in the comment section. Once again, this is Tabi Asobi, and thank you for watching.